Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Dave, and in this video, we're going to go ahead and cover the Lego investment side of this channel. I'm going to be starting to pull and prep some additional sets for Amazon FBA shipment. If you saw, I think it was last week's video, I finalized and got the next package out. However, I want to start identifying now what my next shipment is going to be, just because I know I've got some busy weeks ahead. So we're going to go ahead and spend a lot of time browsing the inventory. I'm going to show you some of the comps, or not necessarily comps, I guess, the Amazon FBA listed price, so you can get a sense for what I would end up turning around profit-wise for each of these sets that I plan to send in. Some of them might get sent in, some of them might not. We'll talk about that later when we're pulling the comps up. That's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be prepping those shipments. So join me while I browse my shelves and find some inventory that I can send in and hopefully get some cash flow turning around so that I can keep this machine going. So to start things off, I'm just going to go ahead and start pulling some inventory from the shelves. This one here is my wire shelf. This is the stuff that is actually listed currently either on eBay or Facebook, or I guess not Amazon, but eBay or Facebook. We're going to start by pulling some stuff off of here that I think might have some good ROIs. So we're going to start a pile. We've got this Bell Storybook. I am going to check to see what the bubble price is. This one here might be a good candidate as well. I don't remember. I feel like the FBA fees were pretty high on that. I think the city set, I guess we'll check it. I guess it's, I suppose it's not horrible to have a set that I don't think will end up performing well in the mix. I think this will be a good candidate to check pricing on. We've got the Woo set. Honestly, a lot of these sets over here are probably decent candidates. I don't want to go real crazy, though. I'm definitely not pulling them all down. This might be interesting as well. What else do we got up here? These superhero ones. These ones, let me go ahead and check those. So I'm going to make a pretty big pile here. Let's get these moved over. So here's what we're going to do. This is, I'm going to throw them on the floor. Luckily, it landed flat, so we don't, maybe a little bit of squishy corner. Anyways, we're going to start a pile right there of all the different sets that I need to check. Oh, yeah, this guy. I forgot to list this last week, so this one's definitely going to be in the pile. We're going to pull this Tangled set in the pile as well. I think I already grabbed that one. I didn't grab the Ariel set, though. So we're going to pull these. Let's see. I think I have a good representation of all of this. I'm not going to grab the Nexonite set because I've already got a couple of those being shipped in now. Same thing with the Adventure Time. These big sets here, honestly, those are going to have to be a local sale. Oh, that set's going to be a good one, I bet. Although that is a large item. Anyways, I need to look at that. Oh, yeah, we'll grab this Fire motorcycle up here. That'll be a good set to send in. What else do we got up here? We have another little one. Oh, a space buggy. Oh, I'm not sure why I didn't send that in. We'll have to get that in. We'll take a look at this J-Spin Jitsu. So this is the easier shelf to pull from, just because I've already deemed that these things had a good ROI. Go ahead and grab these two Ninjago spinners. So everything from that shelf is kind of the easy pickings, is what I call them, because they are all listed for sale already. I should look into this Trackmaster. Maybe that's a good turnaround on Amazon. I know that's not Lego, but it's been sitting on the shelf a little bit long. We'll go ahead and do a quick spot check of that one as well. It's an older set, and it's new sealed in box. So we're going to put that stray piece over there, and I think I'm getting to about the end of this. We'll take a couple more of these little Ninjago sets. Oh, yeah, can't forget these. So we've got 1, 2 different sets here, and I do have multiple quantity of some of these. So we will ensure, we'll keep in mind how many I have of some of these things as well. And we definitely want to go ahead and pull up the price on this thing as well. The junior Disney sets or 4+ Disney sets tend to perform pretty good. All right, last one we're going to pull down from over here is going to be this set, which is worth quite a bit. I was hoping to sell it on Amazon, or I'm sorry, on eBay, just because of how collectible it is and how high ticket dollar it is. I kind of want to sell that one where I have a little bit more control over the process, but I might just have to turn around and send that one in. All right, now that I have these sets, these were all the ones that I had in my eBay store or have in my eBay store and Facebook Marketplace store. Hopefully we'll find some good value out of those. Let's keep browsing here a little bit, though. We are going to go back to this shelf. I don't think I sent in any of these, but we're going to go ahead and pull one of those down. This tends to be my go-to shelf for a lot of the old stuff. Let's see. So we got Battle of Atlantis is back there. We got a lot of the Spider-Man, Ghost Rider, and Spider-Man Doc Ock type sets. Crypto. We got this guy. It's a little too new. I'm not even going to bother with that yet. Move those to the side. We got some Carnage sets. What do we got up there? Spider-Man Doc Ock. We've got a Batman set. This one here is actually worth quite a bit. It does have some box damage to it, though, which is a reason that I tend to list these particular types of items more on eBay. If the box isn't in really good condition, I try not to send it into Amazon, just because I feel like it's more likely to get it's more likely to have it be returned. I do need to keep these ones separate as well. So these all, because they came from the sales shelf, I can keep those over there and easily put those back on. The other sets that I'm going to pull down and do a quick price check on, I'm going to keep in a different pile just because I don't want to end up getting those mixed up, because my brick stock system that I use to track my inventory, which I could be looking through to do this, I like rummaging around the sets a little bit here and there. These are all Mario stuff. That's all recent clearance. That stuff's not going to be it. There might be some value in the dimensions, but I'm going to ignore those for now. We did talk about this one last time, and I did not pull it. So we'll go ahead and Battle of Atlantis. What's this? This is another Batmobile. I've already sent in a couple of these, so I'm not going to end up sending this one in this order. I want the other ones to move first. Coming over, we've got an Egg Mech. That'll be a good set. Let's see. We've got Mario. We'll get him out of the way. And what do we got back here? Well, this would be a good one, maybe. So here, we've got the Double Face set. Two-Face Double Demolition is what it's called. That'll be a good one. And the other one that I talked about recently that I did not end up pulling down, the Riddler set, we'll go ahead and pull that down. And now that I see it over here, we've got a Brothers, Batman, Brother Eye, whatever takedown. That's a pretty old set as well. I don't think there's anything else over on this shelf. I do have, I guess, some of these big guys back here. I've got a few of those. Probably going to wait on that one just slightly. We really only hit this one shelf again. Again, this is kind of my go-to. I'm going to keep hitting this shelf, I think, until I've stripped it down to the complete bare essentials, which it might be getting a little bit raw now. We do have some older Spider-Man stuff in here that might be decent. Let's go ahead and look this stuff up and see what we can do. I do have multiple quantities of quite a few things in this pile. These ones here, I don't as much. I'm down to my last couple of the other random Batman sets. So let's go ahead and start looking up these listings. So I figured we'd go ahead and swap back to this particular format to finish the video out. We are going to be scanning a bunch of products. I am going to use my phone. I'll make a point to capture a picture of each of these different sets and pop it up on the screen just so that you can see them as well. I tried using the Amazon Seller Central as a quick means to enter these things, and it is how I enter the sets into my inventory. But in terms of looking up to see what the price and FBA fees are for an item, it's actually a lot quicker using the phone. So we're going to get things started off here with this Superman Crypto set. Simply pull up the app, scan it. I'm going to click through to the next screen. So this guy here, which I spent, I think it was less than $16.99. I want to say it was about 13 bucks. I will get $40 after FBA fees. So that is a definite win of an item. We're going to go ahead and save that. Moving on. This one here, the Hulk Buster Smash. I just kind of got this for reference. This one here checks out to be 118.45. Then there's additional fees on top of it. Basically comes out to $101 after FBA fees. Unfortunately, it's got this tear on the back, so I am going to end up selling that through eBay just to make sure that I can clearly define everything. It's actually got a couple rips and some damaged box. It is still new sealed though. So, anyways, I just pulled that aside to end up showing you how crazy that set ended up going. Let's flip through the rest of these. So we've got the Egg Mech. Egg Mech is, we've got $30 after fees. Next on the list, we've got Batman Brother Eye. We have $33 after fees. We've got a Riddler set. I think I pulled this up last time. I want to say it was around 30-something after fees. 33, it looks like. $33 after fees. We've got the large Two-Face Double Demolition set. This one's a little larger. This is nice. We've got $79 after fees. Oops, let me click on Amazon FBA. $82. $83 after fees. And then we have the Brother of Asgard set. I'm pretty sure I scanned this during the last video as well. But just for completeness sake, we have a total of $67 after fees. I'm rounding a couple of these. You will see the images for each of these on the screen. I'm going to go ahead and move this pile back and grab the next pile so that we can go through those. We're going to go ahead and get a couple of the big things out of the way. We're going to do a quick test of this Thomas the Tank Engine set. Not a super hot seller, honestly, but we do have $55 after fees, which is, I think, a little over twice what I paid for it. I want to say, shoot, I might have only paid $15 for that. I don't even remember now. Anyways, let's keep going here. Next one is the Turbo Track Racer. We're going to scan this. Turbo Track Racer we have at $45.35 after fees. This one I'm actually not going to pull the trigger on yet. This one I need to increase in value a little bit more. I want to say I spent 30 bucks on that. So that's going to go back on the shelf. The Thomas one may end up selling. I did pull down the large old Dino set. This one I'm assuming is going to be pretty hot. Definitely a high-priced set. This one after Amazon fees. Not. This is interesting. I'll have to share this with you. It's not even listing the fees for this, so I don't know if maybe I can't sell this in some way. I will say that the price listed is around $200 though. $199.95 is the price. For some reason, it's not telling me the fees associated with it though, so I'm going to have to do a little bit more looking into this one. Running through some more sets. We have the Ariel Seaside Castle. Looks like this one after fees. After fees, $32. We've got the Bubbles Playground. I'm not expecting this one to be very high. Yeah, this one's going to end up being a no-go pile. After fees, this is $9.09, which is probably about the price we paid for it, maybe a couple bucks less than that. Next one on the list here is Belle's Storybook Adventure Time. Looks like we get $9.27 after fees. Again, another set that we are going to set aside. Next up is the City set. I'm not expecting this one to perform very well either. Looks like it's actually a little bit better than I was expecting. $26.10 after fees. I want to say that this one was around a $15, $16 set though for me. So I'm probably not going to pull the trigger on that one as of yet. Next one is the Batman Attack of the Talon set. This one after fees, we're talking $30.34. So that one actually might end up making its way into the pile. Might sit on it a little bit longer. We're going to see how all the sets end up doing, I think, before I decide whether or not some of these close ones I'm going to pull the trigger on. Next up, we've got the Aladdin Jasmine Castle. I think I shared this in last week's video. Did not end up sending it in because the listing wasn't ready. $62 after Amazon fees. So that one's definitely in the ready-to-go pile. And then the last one that we're going to be looking up in this group is the Rapunzel's Traveling Caravan. I want to say this was a $13, $15 clearance find. And I do have quite a few of these. It looks like we can get $38.73 for those. I may end up pulling the trigger on that and get those sent in as well. The next wave of sets here are all small sets. Typically, these ones don't perform very well on Amazon because of the fees associated with them. So we've got this Creator Airline set. This one here, we get $11.57 after fees. That one I actually might consider because I didn't pay much for that. Next up, we've got a Jasmine Palace. This is one of the small little, it's actually not a junior set, but one of the small Disney sets. Looks like after fees, we're talking $11.40, which is a return. However, it's with a $17.49 sale. I'd like to think if I can move that similar on eBay, then I might be able to get a better net profit from it. Next one on the list is Rapunzel's Petite Tower. And this one looks like it's probably going to be just about the same range as the other one, $10.67. Moving over, next one that we're going to look up here, Mighty Micro Scarlet Spider set. Amazon fulfilled $14.36 on that one. Next, we've got the Supergirl versus Brainiac Mighty Micro. And these ones are definitely going to be good candidates. I'm going to look up eBay. I'm going to look up Bricklink to see what they're going for on there as well. $12.68 after fees. Next one on the list is a Brickhead Master Wu. I've got a couple of these left actually, although I don't think it's going to be ready yet. We got $16.71. I probably only paid $5 for it, but I'm going to go ahead and look that one up as well. That's not a guaranteed. Next one is one that I was kind of surprised I missed last time. It's this 3365 Space Buggy set. This one here, we have $18.40 after fees. I probably will end up sending that one back in. I think it'll move pretty well there. I will check comps on all the small sets, though, offline, just to make sure that it's not more advantageous sending them into eBay. Next one. Fire Motorcycle, set number 60,000. This one we've got a 2201 price on. This isn't bad. It does have a little bit of a squishy corner, though. But that's actually a pretty good return. So I may end up sending that one in, even though it is a small set. Last of this batch, we've got Ariel Storybook Adventures, $13.35 after fees. That one's going to be a no-go for right now. Let me pull over the last wave of sets to go through. Last batch of sets that we have to go through. First off, we've got this Batman accessory pack, I believe is what they call those. This one we get $11.46 after fees. Again, small item is kind of what that falls down to. Next up, we have the Cole Spinjitzu set. $17.73 after fees. Not too shabby. Next one up on the list is Cole Spinjitzu Master. These are the ripcord versions. This one looks like it might actually be a little bit lower. $15.05 after fees. Next up, we have the Spinjitzu Kai set. These are the series that I was not a fan of at all. Spinjitzu Kai, we got $22.02 on, so that one's actually not bad at all. The ROI is pretty good on that. That one will probably go in. Next up, we have Zane's Spinjitzu Slam. These are the Slammers. You can see that I had them posted at $15 at a garage sale recently. Yet apparently I can sell this for $20.75 after fees on Amazon. Pretty confident that's where that is going. Next and last one to look up here is the J Spinjitzu Slam. This is going to be it for today's video. And it looks like the J Spinjitzu Slam is $12 after fees on Amazon. So this one's going to go back on the shelf. Definitely not going to sell that. Probably going to do the same thing with this one. But the other ones being all right around $20, I'm going to go ahead and I think put those into the pile. That's it for the pile, folks. We ended up making through everything. I hope you enjoyed seeing kind of the behind-the-scenes lookup or price checking for each of these different sets as it relates to Amazon. I was always really interested in it in terms of how much they sold for, as well as what the fees were associated with that. So I'm glad I was able to share that information with all of you. I've got a couple questionable sets in here still. That one I need to figure out why it didn't show me what the fees were going to be. I'm going to expect that they're going to be a little bit high. I need to make a decision on all these small sets here. And then most of this pile, I believe, will actually end up going in, with the exception of that set over there. That'll end up getting posted to the eBay store. That is all a task for another day. Thank you all so much for checking in and sharing this time with me. I really had a good time, and I love being able to share all this content and be as transparent as possible with all of you. Thank you all so much for watching. We will see you in the next video. Bye.